Welcome back to Across the Glass Sea. This is a live play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast, and I am your Dungeon Master, Nathaniel Miller. And I am joined in studio, as always, by...
Ben Gilbreth playing Tamarian, alone in a boat with a girl, Narsalay.
You're friends. You guys know each other.
This is my nightmare.
We are also joined by...
Michael Mazul playing Lichen, the Inquisitor, Ethology.
Ooh, it's an I word. It's an I word. We're making progress.
Find out his middle initial. Even I don't
Yeah,
know
you see fish.
what that stands
you
for.
see fish people, you got to go check it out,
You gotta go check them out. I think that's one of the rules of D&D. You see fish people, gotta go check it out. Put a pin in that. We'll maybe come back to that as some advice for later. Cool. Well, how about a recap for you guys?
Yes, please.
All right. Last time in Trireme, the party arrived at Fort Martalion, the home base of the Western Fleet and Lady Cassian's base of power. Lichen and Tam met her captains and officers, and you all made a sort of an alliance with them. You received letters of marque and permission to cause havoc amongst the various factions of the Admiralty opposed to Lady Cassian. You all rested and relaxed by partying a little bit at the tavern called the New Old Bucket. It was open mic night. Lichen's singing created a moment so powerful that a new connection with Nima, the Lady of Storms, may have been forged. You all uncovered some strange fish people hiding out near the island as well, and as you all investigated, the fishmen moved to attack. As battle is joined, who knows what other threats lurk beneath the waves across the glass sea.
I love the idea that Lichen was sleeping on their back porch, came back and asked them a question, and is now about to fight them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like the possum that comes down our back porch, just coming back in the daytime and trying to fight me. And with that, it's initiative. So, Lichen, you actually got a 17 on your initiative roll, so you're going to be first in the order. Just by way of reminder, there are 6 fishmen with different types of weapons. Most of them have coral-studded clubs or like a sharp spear of coral. There's one guy who has like a whip that looks like it's embedded with bits of fish teeth and stuff. So they are moving towards you, and they appear to be hostile. They said earlier, when you were trying to talk to them, they said that they were going to take you and give you to the deep ones. And it's your turn with Penelope on deck.
Okay, how far down in the water am I right now, would we say?
I believe we had said that you were a good 40 or 50 feet under the water.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Okay. And I'm assuming, how far away from me are they?
They're coming towards you. I would say they're a good 30 feet away from you, because you were coming out right in the open trying to get to them.
Yeah, I'm going to lightning lure one of them.
Okay. Which one? 2 of them look a little bit beefier than the other 4. So 4 of them look kind of scrawny, like a fish person that needs to hit the gym. 2 of them look like they've been, I don't know, lifting heavy
4 of them are on a cut,
crustaceans.
2 of them are on a bulk. Got it.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That season. Are they... But all of these 3 guys are within 15 feet of me?
No, they're all 30 feet away from you.
Oh, man. Well, in this case, I don't...
You have to move.
I know.
You have to pick the fight.
I have to either pick... Man, thank you, Tam. You saying that made it very clear. Yeah, I'm going to immediately go up and take a swing then, to whichever one is the
All right.
closest.
I'll say one of the guy with the whip, or you could go to one of the shrimpy guys.
I'm going to rage. I have... Oh, we've long rested at this point. Whatever.
Indeed, you
I
have.
will...
because you slept in the ocean. That's
Sure
right.
did.
You
Yes,
obviously
and-
slept.
And remember, you have a point of inspiration as well.
Yes.
That your encounter with the Lady of Storms gave
Do
you.
these fish people have blood?
Yes.
Alright, let's see. First attack. That's 19 on the dice.
Just to be
Yeah.
clear, are you going for the beefier guy or the shrimpy
I'm going
guy?
for a shrimpy guy first.
All right, 18 hits. Or 19 hits.
Then the hood.
11 damage.
11 damage. Okay, yeah, you come up on one of these guys, and he tries to block with his little spear thing, but you're able to just jab right under his guard, and you stick him pretty good. He's still up, but he looks really hurt.
I'm
all of a
going to
sudden.
swim my last 10 feet back up.
Okay, cool. Because you have reach, right? Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you are 40 feet from the surface.
Okay.
We'll just try to keep that in mind. All right, now it's Penelope's turn. She just saw...
Can we see anything?
Yeah, the water's pretty clear. We've talked about how the water's being clear.
Caribbean water, or
It's Caribbean. It's
okay,
Caribbean level. So you see Lichen swim at one of these fishmen and make some movement with something in his hands, and there's a little bit of a cloud in the water now, and you presume that there's some violence is happening.
Violence has begun.
Yes. So she is going to cast Mage Armor on herself, and I think that is all that she's gonna.
He knows we can't swim, right? Or we can't breathe underwater.
You know, Tam, Captain, he's always got a plan, but sometimes that plan is even 2 or 3 steps behind where he's at. So we don't know. I don't quite know. All we
I don't
can
think
do,
he
I
ever
think,
has a plan.
Well, sometimes the way he acts, you would think that, but he always does have a plan.
I think his plan is antithetical to plans.
Well, that is one way that you can think about it. That's true. That's for sure. But I think it'll be all right. It might be just best for me and you to ready our weapons and take anyone out who comes to the surface.
All right.
I've seen you in a scrap. Tamarian, you're going to do great. Penelope taps you on the shoulder, trying to be encouraging. And with that, it is the Kuotua's turn. So 2 of them are actually going to start swimming towards the surface because they know that you have buddies up here. So one of the beefy guys and one of the shrimpy guys is going to start going to the surface. So that leaves 3 shrimpy guys who are all going to take their attacks on Lichen. And that is going to be with their spears. So 3 spear attacks. I think they're all going to miss. I rolled a 7, an 8, and a 9 on the dice.
They all miss.
Good grief.
And, well, no, and they add 3. So that's 10, 11, 12.
Nope.
Okay, all of those guys
Lichen's
miss.
in his element, son.
You're only reinforcing the bad.
Yeah. Then the beefy guy's going to go. He gets 3 attacks. So he is going to...
Oh, boy.
That's just as many attacks as 3 people just had.
First is going to be a 16.
Yeah, that's my AC.
Okay. The other one will miss, and the last one will hit. This guy, he's unarmed. He has jacked fish muscles. And so he's going to come up with his fish mouth and try to bite you. They have like the head of a piranha, but like, sort of a longer like fish body. And then they just have weirdly human-looking arms and legs, but with scales. And so one of them's going to come and bite you. That's going to be 3 piercing damage. And then he's going to punch you. And that's going to be 4 bludgeoning damage. But you also, as it connects, you feel like a shock, like a static electricity discharge as you get hit with some lightning damage as well. You take 4 lightning damage in addition to the 3 bludgeoning
Would
damage.
all the other damage be halved since I'm raging? So it was like 7 total, so would it be 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All the other stuff is normal, like piercing type damage.
Yeah.
The big fish guy's like talking trash to you in his fish language.
Zoidberg?
And with that, it is going to be Tam's turn. So you see 2 fish people about 10 feet under the surface. You see 4 more are circling around Lichen, and you see him fighting people.
I'm going to cast Bless.
Okay.
Let me double check the range though. Because how far is Lichen from us?
I believe 40 feet is what we said.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Bless on me and Penelope, and just mutter under my breath, mutinously. Can't believe he's done this. He's just okay. We've got to figure this out.
What's that, Tam?
She and I. You can add a D4 to an attack.
Oh, that's great. I think we'll need it.
Oh no! And I'm gonna summon. I'm sorry. Nope. Never mind. 2 level spells. Can't do it. Never mind.
Do you want to move at all? Get out of the boat?
I'm staying in the boat. I ain't got no swim speed.
Cool. So top of the order then is Lichen.
I'm going to take a swipe at the same guy that I attacked already.
All right. Do it.
That is
He's looking rough.
15 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh. 16 damage.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. You kill one of these guys. You just stab him again, and he writhes a little bit and then just goes limp and floats
I got a 9 and 5 on the dice, just shy of max.
Sweet.
Cool. Anything else you
I
want to
got
do?
40 feet to swim. I'm going to swim all the way to the top.
Cool. You're going to take some attacks of opportunity. First by the 2 shrimpy guys. The most that will be is a 13, which I don't think will hit. And then you're going to take an attack from the big guy, who's not going to hit either. Rolling terrible, as per usual, as my DM self. It's great.
Lycan's in his element.
Penelope is going to cast...
Oh, so I should actually break the water, sorry. Because I have 40 feet.
Yeah.
And so I like to think that it's like if you were ever like a little kid and tried to swim really fast to the top to see if you how far out you could get, you know?
And you can never get above your belly button, ever.
Did
you see me?
Did
you see me?
That is so much fun.
Headcanon, that's what you do. Did you see me?
Yeah.
I killed a fish.
Get ready.
So there's like a tackle box in the boat. Penelope, she's going to say, well, hey, Captain, how's your plan going?
Get ready, they're coming.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. And she's going to cast Catapult on
Don't
this
encourage
tackle
him.
box, and it flies off like a bullet into the water towards one of the fish people.
Oh my gosh.
That is going to be a dexterity saving throw,
Yeah, if catapult hits, it is insane.
and he fails. They add nothing to dex, and her spell safety is more than I rolled. So that's 3d8 damage, 9 damage as this thing just breaks this thing's arm and just it badly wounds it. There's this heavy box just being launched like a bullet at this
It's
fish
got
person.
fish hooks all in its arm now.
Yeah. Ah! And with that, it is going to be their turns. So one of them's dead. 2 of them are coming towards the boat. One of them's going to jump up and he's going to throw a net at Tam. So that is going to be...
Part of the reason Tam is not in the water is because he is awkwardly holding a sword and shield in a lifeboat.
Yeah. That's just a 12 to hit, though.
That
so I don't
misses.
imagine that will hit. Okay, so he misjudges it. He's kind of like in the water and he tries to throw and the net just sort of like lands in the water right in front of the boat.
I don't want to go in the water.
And he's like coiling it back up and getting ready for another one. The other guy with him, though, is going to come at you guys and he is going to swim right up onto the boat and he's going to swing. He has this staff which has a crab claw on the end of it. And he's going to swing it at you guys. He's swinging it at Tam specifically. So that's going to be a miss for the
this
first
I can
hit.
do. This makes sense.
Second attack, that is going to be a 19 to hit.
That is my AC.
Okay, so he hits. That's 7 piercing damage, and you are grappled by this as this crab claw like latches onto you, like springs shut. Which, by the way, means that
My speed is 0.
your speed is 0.
Usually grappled is just speed is 0.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's that. Then there's going to be 3 guys going after 3 shrimp guys going after Lichen. That is going to be, or no, just 2. They both miss. Then the big beefy guy's going to go. Hits his bite.
So two of the scrawny guys are dead now?
No, just 1. But one of the scrawny guys is coming after you.
Oh, that's
guys.
right. Okay, yeah.
So one scrawny guy and the big guy are on me.
Yeah, 2 of the scrawny guys and the big guy are on you. That's 16 for the bite. Does that hit you?
Yeah, that's my AC.
Okay, that's going to be 6 piercing damage, halved to 3. And then he'll take his unarmed strikes. Both of those are going to hit, unfortunately. So that's going to be another 6 bludgeoning damage, halved to 3, with 4 lightning damage. And then another 3 bludgeoning damage and just 1 lightning damage on that last one. He's just like pummeling you. And with that, it is Tam's turn. Everyone is above the water.
Everyone is above the water. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon just around Lichen in the fray.
Okay.
And it's going to once again take the form of a giant trident. And can I
Nice.
stab at one of the guys that just looks hurt?
Yes, yes.
I rolled a 3 on the dice, so that's not going to hit, I imagine.
Nope,
Great.
that is not going to hit.
I'm going to use my action to cast Toll the Dead, and
Okay.
one of the guys near me needs to make a Wisdom save.
Okay, the one who's already hurt.
Yes.
He gets a 19 on the die.
Dadgummit. Okay, nothing happens.
Sorry.
Whose idea was this anyway? This was really stupid.
Top of the order, Lichen.
2 shrimpy and a big guy on me, and 1 shrimpy guy on Tam.
And a big
Yes.
guy.
Well, the big guy's on me, right?
There's 5.
No, the
There's
big,
2 big
the
guys.
big guy has me grappled.
Oh, there's 2 big guys. Okay. I'm gonna attack the one that Penelope catapulted.
Okay. No, that one is not within range of you.
Oh, okay. Are any of the ones in range of me right now injured, or they're all good?
No. You killed the one that you have been swinging at.
So okay, I will swing on the big beefy guy.
Yes, sir. I believe this is an efficient use of your combat abilities.
Thank you, Robert.
Robert is sitting on your shoulder.
That's...
Hit him! Hit him!
Thank you, Robert.
That's only a 9.
Oh gosh.
That is not
Yeah,
enough.
figured.
It actually, you connect, but your last 2 hits have been underwater, so you're used to like that force of resistance, and you just swing too hard and like swing past it almost with your weapon. With that, it's Penelope's turn. She is going to cast Scorching Ray. She's going to cast it, actually shooting at this big beefy guy who you are up against. She's like, oh man, that fish has abs. I'm gonna blast him.
I must burn him.
Yeah, destroy.
Abomination.
We good tonight.
She summons 3 fiery little beams and shoots them at this guy. So the first one is going to miss. The second one is going to hit. And the third one is going to miss. Man, my dice are just rolling terrible for y'all. I'm sorry.
We're all rolling really bad.
Yeah. So that's 6 fire damage on this guy. And he does not look like he likes that. But he flexes his bicep and is like... And with that, it is their turn. So we'll do the ones near the boat first. You see the one with the little pincer staff is actually, he holds up another smaller crab claw that's on like a little necklace around his neck, and he's going to start going bleh, blah, bleh, blah, bleh, and he's casting a spell.
What?
And he's going to cast Bane on some of you guys. So all 3 of you guys need to make a charisma saving throw. DC 12.
I rolled an 11.
14.
Penelope's going to pass. So, Tam, you just have to subtract a d4 from
Everything.
your attack rolls. Yeah, from attack rolls and saving
Right when I was
throws.
gonna attack too. Dadgummit.
We just gotta kill it.
So that's his turn. The shrimpy guy is going to try to throw his net at Penelope this time, just because. And that's a nat 1.
Oh my god.
So he gets himself in the net. And he's not restrained, but he's just like...
He's embarrassed. He should be embarrassed.
He's very embarrassed. He goes... Blah, 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 blah. He's not happy with himself. Then the shrimpy guys are going to attack Lichen. That's going to be 2 and a 14, which misses.
It misses too.
Then the big beefy guy's turn. He's going to take his 3 attacks. So his bite first. That is a 17 on the die, so I assume that'll hit. He's rolling really good. That is a 7 piercing damage, halved to 3. And then his unarmed strikes. That's an 18 on the dice.
Golly.
That's just 1 bludgeoning damage, so it was 3 halved to 1 with 2 lightning damage. And the next one's going to miss. So with that, it is Tam's turn.
I just realized I cast Bless umpteen billion turns ago, and I need to make a con save that I pass. Yes, haha.
Woo!
Thank goodness. So me and Penelope both have Bless, so
And Bane.
she should have been rolling some of that with her whatchamacallums, with her beams. All right, so
Right.
I'm going to. So there's a beefy guy and a weenie guy. The beefy guy is the
Yes.
caster that's got me grappled.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna just slash at him with my scimitar. So I rolled an 18 on the dice plus.
That hits.
Okay, but I rolled a 2 on my. So unless you roll crazy good on the bane, I think I'm good. Please let me be good.
It was an 18.
18 plus 22 plus 24 total.
There's no way he could. His AC is 13.
Okay.
So,
6 piercing damage.
okay. Which means he needs to make a con save on the Bane. And
DC
he
10.
will. You add con to that, right?
Yep, con saving throw.
He passes.
Dang it.
Barely. He hasn't a +2 to con, and he rolled an 8.
Oh my gosh.
So,
And for bonus action, I'm going to spiritual weapon stab at the beefy guy that Lichen's working on.
okay,
17 on the dice,
Nice.
that hits.
and then that is also a D8 on that. Plus my wisdom, that is a 8.
Nice.
Nice.
8 spiritual fork damage. 8 force damage.
Nice. All right, top of the order. Lichen.
Swing away, Lichen. Keep going at the big guy. Come on.
Perfect.
It looked like a 2. It's not. That'll be a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
All of their AC is 13.
Okay. That's 12 damage.
Okay, that definitely hurts him. He's still up, but he's starting to look a little wounded. He's reaching for his protein shake pouch that he has, and it's empty. And he's like, "Oh no! Like, what am I gonna do?"
He left his smelling salts back at the squat rack.
And with that, we're gonna do another scorching ray. This time, all 3 bolts are shooting against Big Beef.
And she
Big
gets
Beef Man.
bless on all of them.
And she gets bless. Oh, that hits. As is, that hits. Second one.
But she also has Bane.
No, she passed the saving throw.
Oh, that's right. It was only me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all 3 of her hit with bless. All 3 of hers hit.
Yeah.
Nice, Tam.
First one, that's going to be
I'm helping.
19 damage
There we
total.
go.
This guy
There
has
we go.
these 3 beams just curl around Lichen and just like poof, 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 hit him from the sides. So he's starting to look really rough. With that, it's his turn. So he's going to go first. This time he's mad. He's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." He holds up his hand to like for the shrimpy guys to let him attack first. First is bite attack. That's a 19 on the die. Bite 5 halved to 2 because you're raging. Then it's going to be 2 on the dice. That misses for his first punch. And then it'll be a dirty 20 for the last one. So 6 punch damage halved to 3, and then 3 lightning damage.
Okay.
Then the shrimpy guys are going to go. 2 of them, they just try to stick you with their spears. One's going to miss. One's actually going to hit this time
How
now.
you holding up over there, boss?
I'm doing okay.
You've been hit a lot.
I'm a sponge.
Not for high numbers, but a lot of small numbers still add up.
Yep.
2 piercing damage on the spear attack, halved to 1.
Okay.
Then for you guys, the caster is going to cast. He holds up his little amulet again, and he is going to cast Sacred Flame on you, Tam. So you will need to make a saving throw.
I rolled a nat 1, so
Oh,
yeah.
man.
With Bane, I rolled a 1, so I rolled a 0. Just
Oof.
yeah, that happens. That happened today.
A negative.
You're going to take 6 damage.
6 damage.
radiant
okay,
damage.
Okay.
It's like a
Concentration.
sickly green radiant. Like,
6 and bless drops. Ugh. This is all your fault, Lichen.
the net guy, he's going to put his net away, and he is going to just try to do a normal attack. He's going to throw his spear this time at Penelope.
Tam is really frustrated. It's like a dad working on something and it's just not coming together properly in the yard. And you can tell it's just not. He's far angrier than he should be, but that's just where he is right now.
Yeah, so the guy rolled a 19 on the dice to throw his spear at Penelope, and she takes a big hit. She takes like 11 damage,
Oh,
which is
no.
Oh, great.
significant chunk of her HP. And with that, it is Tam's turn.
I am going to once again stab at the guy in front of me. 21 minus Bane.
That hits.
And so that's a D8. That is 8 piercing, and I'm going to healing word Penelope. She gets 5 HP.
Sweet, perfect.
All right, we can do this. Come on.
He rolls con save. He gets a 13 for his con save.
It passes because it's 10 or half, whichever's higher.
Cool, so he passes. He's starting to look a little hurt. Top of the order is Lichen.
Okay.
Penelope's like, I'm starting to wonder if we should have brought Bergen on this little here adventure.
Yeah, great plan, huh?
Captain's got a plan.
All right, so what's left right now?
So the only one who's dead is the one who you have killed.
Yes, we've killed no one else.
Okay.
So much dice
Y'all have
rolling.
done Y'all have done a lot of damage on the beefy guys, but they hit the gym a lot, so you know they're
I'm going to
tanking it.
bonus action drop rage,
Okay.
and then action up armor of Akathis.
Okay. They sort of all like freeze and they're like blah 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 blah. Like what is?
And then I want to taunt the big guy on me
how do you taunt
in
him?
my Aquian. Let's see, what's a good taunt for fish, man? You were gonna take us away to your people. How about I take you to mine, you ugly fish?
Blah, 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 blah.
Confused bubbling sounds.
And then I'm going to end my turn.
All right. He's going to look at you and he's kind of confused, and he's going to shrug and he's going to come and
Yes.
attack you. Fangs first.
Good.
Oh, that's right. Agathis does things.
That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
You're no longer raging, so that is 6 piercing damage. And what does the Armor of Agathis damage do? It detonates,
Yeah,
right?
he takes 10 damage immediately.
All right.
That's 6 to my temporary. So, is he still up?
He is, but he is really hurt. Is there an AoE effect?
No,
of it?
just the first person that hits me takes full damage.
Okay. He's still up. He's looking rough. Like he's like lost all of his teeth, and he's like
Rebuke of the
"Ugh."
Deep on top of it.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. All right. He makes a con save.
I
Wisdom
don't know.
save?
I don't have any of my. We're still at our moved house.
It's hellish rebuke. So let me just
Quick.
pull that up real
Quick
quick.
to the spell app.
Yeah. He makes a dex saving throw against your spell save DC, which he's gonna pass, I think, because he's got a 17 on the die.
Yeah, he'll pass, but he takes half still.
Yep.
He takes half still.
Half of 2d10.
There's a chance that you'll kill him.
Come on, fire and ice. Fire and ice. Come on.
Come on, baby. Okay. 15.
15 half to 7. Okay, he is up,
Oh,
but just
God.
barely.
Gosh.
Barely. You see this explosion of ice and cold energy that just like rocks this guy. So that was his turn. The shrimpy guys, they still have to go. Well, I guess he technically still has to go. He has to make his unarmed strikes on you. That's gonna miss, and that last one will hit. So that's gonna be 7 bludgeoning damage
Jeez.
and 1 lightning damage. And then the shrimpy guys are gonna go 5 on the dice, and then 15 on the other one, and that's just going to be 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh gosh. I'm so afraid of Lichens down. This is.
Then it's the ones facing off against you two. One is going to cast Sacred Flame again.
Of course it is. That's dex save, you said?
Yes, dex save.
I'm rolling so bad. 11.
Are you serious?
I rolled a 9 and plus 2. I'm rolling so bad.
His DC's 12. His DC's 12. Oh,
And that's
my
without the
God.
Bane, because I can't make him drop that either.
That's just going to be 6 radiant damage. Another 6. With that... Oh, wait, and then there's one other guy. He's going to get his net again and try to throw it at Tam.
Don't you say it. Don't you
He
say
crits.
that.
He crits.
Hate this game. This is so stupid.
But there's no damage. There's no damage with the net. You're just restrained.
Gosh. I'm grappled and restrained.
Wait, no. It's a dex saving.
Which I would have made
So
with this.
I
Which I
should
make
have-
with disadvantage because I'm grappled, right?
But it's a
or no?
but it's a DC 10.
All right. So
Ooh.
dex save. No, I don't. I think grappled is just 0 movement.
0 movement. Yeah. This nat 20 means nothing because it's a dex saving throw. Okay.
All right.
DC 10.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared to roll a 1, just so everyone knows. Everyone at home knows.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 plus 2.
Yeah.
15.
He gets the net tangled on the boat.
Tam just rage rips the net apart. I'm no longer having any fun.
Blah, 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 blah. And it's Tam's turn.
Tam is going to once again stab at the mage guy in front of him.
Okay.
14, 18 to hit. So
That hits.
even with Bane and all that shenanigans.
If it's an 18, yes. These guys' AC is like not very high.
Okay.
They just have a lot of
Gotcha.
hit points.
He takes 6 piercing.
Okay.
And can he make his con save now, please? Because I'm hoping it fails and I can spiritual weapon with without a bane.
It's a 17 on the dice.
Golly. All right. Spiritual Trident is going to attack the beefy guy on Lichen.
Okay.
So it's 14, and then the bane comes in.
So if it's a 1, you'll hit him because
Okay.
his AC is 13.
Or 1 or a 2. No, you're right. Yeah, because I can't do math. It's rolled a 14.
Do you have to bane the spiritual weapon?
All right.
I think so. It's all
A
attack
bane,
rolls.
the way it's all attack rolls
Okay.
and saving throws. That is a 3. I'm sorry.
Dadgummit.
You miss. All right, top of the order, Lichen.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Damn, I could use a little healing. I'm gonna waste my other spell slot to Armor of Agathis again. So I'm out of spell slots. Yes, because I rebuked to the deep. And then I will re-up Rage.
How many spell slots do you have total?
Well, I get to do Armor of Agathis once for free as my
For
race.
free. Okay, yeah.
Okay, nice.
I got you. Yeah.
I'm tracking,
That's
boys.
what it's like.
I'm tracking.
Oh no, this is
Yeah.
only gonna get worse.
Yeah. Cool. The beefy guy saw what happened before. He's going to point at one of those shrimpy guys, like, to get you.
Nice.
And so the shrimpy guy is going to come stick you with his spear. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
All right. He takes 10 damage, is that right?
10 damage right away. Yep.
All right. And he's only going to do... He's going to do 8 damage half to 4 with his spear.
Okay.
He'll take 10 damage. And he's looking immediately on death's door. He's does not look good.
We've still only killed one of them. We've killed one person.
I think the shrimpy dude and the big guy on me are both probably right there.
Oh yeah, that's why I did what I wanted.
Penelope!
Yeah, it's her turn.
Little help.
Okay.
Magic missile. Magic missile.
Okay. She'll be like, "That's a good idea, Tam," and she'll cast magic missile.
Yes.
Damn, do you even know that spell?
I've hung out with other magic users before. I'm 700 years old. I've seen lots of spells been cast.
She'll cast 1 on the big beefy guy, and she'll cast 2 darts on the shrimpy guy that's close to y'all. So, the first one dart, it's a D4 plus 1.
Please.
Yeah, you see this bolt of magic energy just nail him right in the eye, and he just flops back as if he was shot by a sniper and just floats away.
Tam just holds up one finger. That's 1.
And then for this other guy, it'll be 2d4 plus 2. It doesn't kill him, but he is looking very, very hurt as well. So now there's only 4 of them left. 2 shrimpy guys near Lichen, who are going to go first. One's going to miss. The other one is going to get 6 damage, half to 3. And then the shrimpy guy is going to try to stick Tam with his spear. He's going to miss. That's a 5 on the dice.
It's about bloody time.
And then the caster is... Sacred Flame's been going good for him. He's going to do that again because he likes keeping you grappled. So another DC 12 saving throw. DC 12 dex save.
15 on the dice, so 17.
Perfect. So you pass that, which means there's no damage. And with that, it is going to be Tam's turn.
Tam's turn. So who? Shrimpy guy, big guy on us. And 2 shrimpy guys.
Big guy on you, 2 shrimpy guys on Lichen. One of the shrimpy guys has not yet been hurt. Your shrimpy guy and one of Lichen's shrimpy guys look very hurt.
Okay. I'm going to hit. I'm gonna healing word Lichen.
Oh, thank
Bonus
you.
action. So you get 7 because it's D4 plus my wisdom. And Tam just yells, "This is all your fault!"
The caster goes... Blah, 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 blah.
Tam then tries to stab him. So, yes, I'm talking to you! I rolled a 10. Yeah.
Well,
It's
what
just-
is it? What do you add?
Oh, no, it's 10. It's
Oh,
all,
okay.
it's all a 10.
All right, you miss.
Yeah.
He just sort of ducks under the water, and you just splash in the water a little bit. Top of the order, Lichen.
I'm attacking the injured one. Come on, baby.
Yes.
14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yes! Because you're not baned either, right?
And
I'm the only one that's baned.
D10, D6.
Gosh.
and I'm raging. 17 damage.
Yeah.
Talk about overkill. Yes, you just cut this fish person in half, and he is down for the count.
Okay, so there's only one.
This is This is far too
There's
nerve-wracking
one guy on me.
for the beginning of an episode.
It did not intend for this maybe to be as harrowing an encounter. I was like, oh, fun, goofy fish people. It'll
We're
be
not
fun.
even doing anything stupid. We're just rolling bad.
Man.
Yeah, it's hard now, isn't it? Having to
How far away am I from the boat?
we're having to think so hard about this.
You're probably about 20 feet away.
Okay, and there's one guy on me still. I'm just gonna situate myself as close to the ship as I can with that, or the little boat,
Sure.
without giving an attack of opportunity, because I can't really risk it, just in case.
Yep.
That word, hey, no, that healing word helped a ton. It did.
Penelope is going to cast Firebolt at that guy, and she's going to hit.
Yes.
So that is going to be a D10 of fire damage on him, and that is going to be just
Which they're vulnerable
7
to.
damage. No.
Covered in water, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, if you really want to push that, there could be
Shut
a
up.
I was joking.
argument for them being resistant to fire damage because they're all wet. But-
Steam burns worse than hot water.
I think it just cancels out. I think it's just flat damage.
Okay, seems fair.
Yeah. It's their turn, so the shrimpy guy on Lichen's gonna go first. That's an 18 on the die.
Gosh.
Yeah. We're fine. We're
And a
fine.
1 on the damage die. So it'll be a 3 damage total, half to 1.
I still have temp hit right now, man. We're fine.
My gosh.
Shrimpy guy near the boat is gonna attack Penelope with his spear. So that is going to be another 6 damage on her. But she's had some healing, so she's not like in terrible danger at the moment. But she's like, that doesn't feel good. And then the caster guy, he is going to break off the pincer on Tam.
Okay.
And he's going to take the dash action and swim 60 feet straight down.
Attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Okay. Come on. 18 on the dice. 22.
That hits.
So-
Oh, yeah.
Right. I don't think this guy's near death, but still. That is a 6 on the D8 plus 2, 8 piercing.
All right. Yeah. That definitely hurts him.
Roll that stinking con save. Come on. I have to do something good.
14 on the dice.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so he's out of sight at the moment, 60 feet underwater. And that's it. So Tam, your turn.
We finally killed the baddie on Lichen.
Yeah, so there's a shrimpy guy near Lichen who's been mildly hurt, and there's a shrimpy guy near the boat who is very hurt.
All right. Shrimpy guy on the boat, I'm going to attack with my scimitar, or my katana, rather. 17 on the dice, 21.
That'll hit.
8 on the D8, so that's 10 piercing.
How do you finish him off?
I feel like Tam doesn't even turn all the way. He just slides it back and then
Yeah.
immediately back into the sheath. And then I'm going to reach out and command the spiritual weapon to attack one of the weenie guys on Lichen.
All right.
That's a 2 on the dice. So
That does not.
that makes sense. You know, today, cool thing, balanced out by a 2.
Yeah. All right, Lichen.
I'm gonna attack the shrimpy guy that's on me. Okay, that's 17 on the die, so that, yeah, dirty 20.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And then I'm still raging. 15.
Good grief.
That's enough. How do you finish
It's
this?
got to be enough.
Finish this guy off.
I just gut him halberd straight through it. Straight up hole. And there's no one on the boat, right?
No more. Yeah. You don't see anyone anymore.
Am I aware that that guy swam down?
Make a perception check for me.
Thank you.
If you take some time to look around,
Tam is just shouting, "One got away! He's
I'll say with
down
advantage.
there!"
With advantage? Thank you.
because Tam's shouting.
Tam is rage.
Yeah,
shouting.
17.
Cool. Yeah.
I thought you were excited about a 7 for a minute.
No.
He's 60 feet under the water. You see him.
I have 40 feet. I'm going to swim 40 feet, and then I'm going to
Okay.
summon my tentacle of the deep and take a swing.
Yes. All right. I love it.
So
I love it.
We're going to do, come on, baby.
Come
Oh,
on.
23 to hit.
Yes.
Got it. That's
That
got to
hits.
hit, right?
Get him. Get him.
Okay. All right. It's a D8 plus 2. I'm so
The
excited.
soundtrack
right
for this
now.
fight just got a lot more intense.
Come on. 6 plus 2, 8.
All right.
Is that enough?
It's not
God.
enough, but he is looking very, very hurt.
His speed His speed is reduced by
that's right.
10 feet now because I hit.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's 20 feet away from me, and a tentacle's right there on him.
Cool. It's Penelope's turn. She can't do anything right now, so she's just gonna be like, Tam, you think you got it? I'm gonna lie down right here. I don't feel so good.
Tam just turns and looks at her fish blood all over his face, and he goes, "We've got this."
Yeah, all right. Good job, Tam. She's gonna take a moment. It's his turn. He's going to take the dash action and swim 40 feet away.
Okay.
And
How far is that from the boat?
he's now 100 feet.
Tam?
Oh wait, hold on. Bane drops with the
Oh, sweet.
tentacle.
Okay. Tam slams his face into the water and just screams and casts Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Yes.
No.
I rolled a 2.
Wow.
But wait,
Two.
this is not happening. Hang on a minute. Where's my... I'm going to use my Guided Strike and turn that into a 17.
That hits.
This guy is not getting away.
Dude.
And I roll... okay, it's not bad. 14 damage on the Guiding Bolt.
That's got to be enough. Come on.
Please. Yes!
All right. How does Tamarian finish the job?
They hit him. These different... This beam of white, hot, radiant energy just hits it, and he just explodes, just like you've seen submarines explode in the deep pressure.
Yeah.
And it immediately comes back in, and there's just soup floating in the water where he was.
Yeah.
And Tam comes back up from the water and casts bonus action healing word on Penelope. Or no, I don't. No, I don't. That's too many things. I don't know what else I did.
Yeah, we're out of initiative. It's okay.
The beam definitely came out of your mouth, right? Because that's definitely how I'm imagining it.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. There's nothing but screaming swear words into a pillow or underwater because you know no one can hear you.
All right, we are out of initiative officially. You have slain the fishmen, so you have been set free from being neighbors to them. No, I'm kidding. They were not good dudes. They were gonna try to feed Lichen to some bigger fishes. So so they're floating amidst the gentle waters of the ocean around Fort Martalion.
Penelope gets 10 HP back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's good. I mean, she's sore and has a headache, but she's fine. She's like, Tam, if you want to go and check out the wreckage, you be my guest. I think I'll just hang out in the boat up here.
I think I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, it's me too.
Tam shouts very loudly, "Some of us can't breathe underwater!"
And on that note, I think Lichen's battle focus drops underwater, and he kind of realizes Tam's gonna be pretty sore about this. But maybe if I come back with stuff, he won't be.
Maybe the stuff will help.
So I'm gonna go look at their wreckage.
So it's the wreckage of a ship. It is a long ago wrecked ship. It's not a recent one or anything. There's barnacles encrusting the hull, and there's all sorts of colorful tropical fish who are making their homes within the waters. There's some crabs and other shellfish living in the boat. You see the places where they seem to have been sort of camping out. There's some pouches with some weird stuff in them. It looks like some kind of fish food, perhaps. You're not quite sure. Yeah, make an investigation check for me as you go through this shit.
Can I cast Detect Magic while I'm at it, just to help?
Yeah.
I think as you were swimming back down, you saw the trident turn towards you just a little bit, and then it disappears.
You said investigation?
Yep.
16.
Great. With Detect Magic, you notice that there is a secret compartment in the hold where there is some magical energy emanating from. Most of this ship is so old it's been lost to the tides, lost to time. There is one box, like a sort of small chest, on the floor of the hold of this ship that seems to be intact. There is a lot of other things that look like they used to be stores that have just been ruined by the salt water and time. But there's this compartment that there's just like a secret sort of latch, and there's this box, this chest.
I will attempt to get into the secret compartment.
Cool. It's actually like once you notice it's there, it's actually pretty easy. It's one of those things where you just press on it and it pops open, and you see inside 2 vials and a small pouch. And you notice that the pouch is emanating a sort of light blue glow.
Okay, I will just pocket those for the time being. Do the vials look like any potions that I would have seen before or familiar with?
Make a... I'm trying to think of what kind of check I would have you make. Make a Arcana or Medicine or... Yeah, one of those checks. Something like that.
Oh, that's only going to be an 8 Arcana.
Oh no.
Okay. So you're not sure. I'll say even with an 8, you'll be like, these look like pretty commonplace. They're not healing potions, but these look like fairly standard potions. You've seen potions like this before. It's kind of like a grayish blue liquid with a lot of bubbles.
We almost died for common potions.
Maybe I can distract Tam with identifying these. And I'll grab the chest and try to swim up.
Did you open the pouch?
I am not.
Or you just pocketed
I'm not opening the pouch
Okay.
right now.
Cool. So you grab the chest. It's pretty heavy, but you're able to swim up with it, no problem. A few minutes later, Tam, you see Lichen burst through the surface of the water like a whale, a majestic porpoise. He has a chest on his shoulder, and he has some other things as well.
Swimming one-armed towards the boat.
Captain, did you get some loot?
I guide the boat away just a little bit. Tam is very petty right now. Just slow.
Captain, what'd you get?
Slowly drifting. You're just not making any ground. It's not. I'm not abandoning you. You're just not closing with the ship.
Yeah, I
Thank
found some.
you, Wayfinder.
I found some stuff down there. Tam, slow down a bit. Let me get this on the boat.
Tam does one kind of burst, like boom, and then stops.
I'll put the chest over and pull myself up very lackadaisically up on there. Not a word, but I like it.
Lackadaisically.
Not in this household.
I couldn't say that again if you paid me.
And I'll just lay out exhausted. Because let's see, without the last little bit of 10 hit points I have right now, I'm at 10.
Tam straddles you, grabs you by the collars of your coat, and just thumps your head on the boat. No one else can breathe under the bloody water.
I know. Why do you think? Why do you think I brought them to the surface?
You didn't have to bring them anywhere.
I'm starting to think more. I thought you'd like it.
Well, Captain, we were able to knock them all down, and we're coming away with a bit of loot, so a win's a win in my book.
Tam turns to Penelope with just death in his eyes, and then immediately remembers that he no longer has any reason to speak to her, and kind of turns back into himself.
She says, Tamarian, you got something to say to me?
Oh, shoot.
You're not helping.
I don't think you're helping either, Tamarian.
He's got to learn sometime.
Well, that's true, but we got the loot, and we'll do better next time. You fought pretty good out there, Tamarian.
The positivity.
Shut up.
She puts her hand on your shoulder and taps it a
Tam
little bit.
is past this. He knows when he's being patronized. Or let's see if he does. I roll. Well, my insight was not good. I rolled a 13 with insight. I'm pretty sure I'm being patronized.
Penelope will come and kiss you on the cheek.
Tam has a borderline panic. Just freezes.
She's a girl.
You did real good out there, Tamarian. All right, Captain, show us what you got.
Yeah. Penelope, me and you, we could work on opening this chest real quick. Tam, while I was down there, I happened to find a secret compartment, and some magical little trinkets fell out. I thought you'd be interested in them, because I don't know what they are.
Magical trinkets.
And I'll pull out the 2 vials in the pouch.
These 2 little,
holding them up.
Like travel shampoo bottles.
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana, that's not bad. 19.
Oh, that's way
Those
better.
are potions of water breathing.
Of course they are. I actually had one. I have a potion of water breathing.
Well, now you have 2 more. It's so funny because I wrote down that was going to be part of the loot before you like went into the whole tirade about not everyone else can breathe water. Yeah, I love that.
Well, part of the reason I didn't drink it is because I think Tam feels like he needs to save that. That's a big. We're going to be underwater for a long time.
Right.
Tam looks at those and goes, "Do you know what this is?"
Me? No, I don't.
It's a potion of water breathing. You had to breathe underwater to get the potion of water breathing.
Well, now we have them, so next time you could help, right?
Tam just narrows his eyes and swipes them out of your hand and puts them into his one of his many pockets.
And then he pulls out the little pouch. I also got this. What do you think of this?
It is like almost like a burlap pouch, and there's some arcane glow emanating from inside.
So there's a pouch and a chest as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a chest.
Oh, nice. I have used all of my spells today, but if you'll leave me alone for 10 minutes, I can maybe ask Hachiman what this is.
Well, I'd be much obliged if you did that.
Can I ask Lichen to make an insight check? Can I do that?
I can ask Lichen to make an insight check. What
Well,
would you like to determine if he is able to pick up or not?
I will tell you based on his roll. Can I do that?
Okay. I don't know. Sure, why not? It's fun. Lichen, make an insight check.
Sure. 16. Nope. 15.
15.
Tam was scared. He is mad because you scared him so bad.
Oh.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of realize there's tears in his eyes. This is projecting. We all almost died. And Bergen wasn't here to save us.
If Lichen realizes that from you, he shuts down. He stops making jokes. He stops smiling. He gets almost like a kid being embarrassed of something, even though it's like not embarrassing, and just kind of turns his attention fully to the chest at that point then.
And Tam wasn't trying to make Lichen feel bad necessarily, but part of why he is so angry is that he knew he was out of spells. He knew that everybody was hurt, and there were lots of fishmen until the very end.
Yeah. I think Lichen still doesn't think he did anything wrong. I think he's shook that somebody cares about him, and that's what he can't deal with right now. So, chest. What's in the chest?
Sweet. You are able to pop it open, no problem. There is 150 gold in this chest.
Nice.
Who's opening the pouch?
I am casting Identify on it via my ritual.
Okay, so you're not opening it.
Correct.
Okay. As you complete this ritual, you see an image in your mind's eye, which I will upload.
Ooh.
This is from the Griffin Saddlebag. This is an item called Diviner's Dice. Basically, it is a set of 3 6-sided crystal dice. It is connected to the tides of fate. You can roll these dice as an action and record the numbers rolled. Once rolled, you can't record any other numbers in this way until the next dawn. While you have these dice, you can use a reaction. When you or a creature you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll or ability check to add or subtract one of the recorded numbers from the attack roll or ability check's total. You can wait to use the reaction until after the creature rolls the d20, but you have to decide before I say if the roll succeeds or fails. Each number can only be used.
So we just got 3 portent or like
Kind
Bane
of.
/ Bless rolls?
Yes, it's like a yes.
Wow.
Yes, they're like hyper powerful Bane / Bless rolls.
That's awesome.
But you have to attune to the set.
Gotcha. Tam, after a few minutes, kind of comes out of his trance a little bit and says, well, this is a bit fitting. As you seem to like to roll the dice, this may come in handy. And he'll hand them over to Lichen.
You don't want these?
I think these may come in handy for you more than me. all joking and anger aside, you seem to do things more spur of the moment. And it would seem that, from my experience, you could maybe use all the help you could get from time to time.
Yeah. Thanks, Tam. Thank you.
Tim gives not the sharpest salute you've ever seen, but he does a nod and a salute.
Well, Captain, we're a hard-fought battle, but this seems like we made out with the right amount of loot, so good job all.
I'm so very tired.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Yeah, me too.
And it's like 8 in. This was post-breakfast combat.
Let's just take a nap as we leave. How about that?
Short rest in the dinghy.
Yeah. Wayfinder just steers you guys back towards Wayfinder, and you guys can take a short rest. And as you guys go back, you round into the bay, and you see all the ships at anchor, including your ship, the White Wake, with your friends on board, Bergen, et al., and you have the rest of the day.
Ooh, that's a good D8.
I use my 1d12 that I get, and I got an 11 on it.
Nice.
Nice.
Still gonna have to do a couple of these d8s though, real low.
I think on the ride back, Tam has been kind of rehashing the combat, and you can tell that he's also very frustrated because nothing he did worked very well.
Yeah.
Lichen lightens
Penelope's
up more.
Penelope's talking a lot with you. She's she's trying to be very encouraging. She's like, well, you just got bad luck with that one swing, and you hit him that real good with that one attack, and you don't forget you were the one to finish him off while he was running away.
That's true, but wisdom may have been to let him run, but I was a bit angrier than I was wise at the moment, but I'm all right. It's just, it's hard seeing your friends get hurt.
Ain't that the truth?
Penelope,
Yes, Captain?
I know we talked about this before, but you're forgive me if I don't pronounce this correctly, sorceress, right? Sorceress?
Yeah, that's right. I'm a ship sorceress.
Yeah, that's
Sorceress. Yeah. Different people say it different ways, but, I say, if as long as you communicate your intention, then pronunciation is, just part of the battle.
Tam is so confused. Yeah, she's a sorceress.
So all of us just kind of get what we can do, right? None of us really had to learn it. Is that, or Tam, do you have to kind of study yours, or?
After a fashion,
Because Penelope, you're not like a wizard, right? You're not like
No, I ain't got a spell book or anything like that. I just sort of exercise my natural arcane talent and see what comes out. Now, that isn't to say that I haven't worked at it, practiced and whatnot. Practice does make perfect, and so that's not to say that I don't progress and grow and try to learn more spells, but it typically is not the kind of thing that I learn from a book, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. But Tam, you read your book of Hachiman, right? I said it right that time.
Yes, sir. Well done. And he pats his pouch where the book is.
And so is that how you get yours? You have to read that book, or?
Well, after a fashion, my Lord Hachiman granted me power based on my desire to follow his teachings and his commands, and those that adhere to those teachings, each day presents new challenges, and Hachiman prepares us to face those challenges if we're wise with our choices. So each day I sort of equip myself for what I think's coming, and I try to take what's best.
That beam you shot under the water was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I couldn't catch him, but you out of your mouth, I think that's what I saw.
Sort of, yeah. The Hachiman being a lord of war, and war's not, shall we say, a gentlemanly pursuit. But there is a certain aspect of rage and anger that goes along with it, and you just saw me step a toe into those waters.
I think back home I had a cousin who was a follower of Hachiman.
Okay, cool, good, yeah. Tam's like, all right, good. I mean,
I got a lot of cousins though, so there could be any one of them could be a follower of any of the 12. So
Please make one of Penelope's cousins a saint of Hachiman now.
well, it's funny that you mentioned that. Not a cousin, but supposedly there was a grand uncle of mine named by the name of Enoch, who may have been a saint, but there's a lot of dispute in our hometown as to the veracity of that.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I have a Hachiman's Champions weapon right here.
Oh yeah.
Ain't that right, Tam?
Tam just pinches his nose and goes, I'm not trying to ruin your fun, but I don't think that's true.
Oh, really? But that's what the guy said, right?
Have you been...
I mean, look at this weapon. It certainly looks like the sort of thing that a Saint Ahachi man would have.
It's a very nice weapon, and it's been proven to be very powerful, but you've been shopping before, right?
I mean, for clothes, yeah, but...
Have you... Well, clothing might be the one time when they tell you that it doesn't look good, but when you're speaking to people trying to sell you something, don't you find that they, more often than not, compliment you on whatever it is that they're trying to get you to buy?
Ah, that's a good point. You think he lied about the history of this thing?
I'll go with exaggerated. Because didn't he say this person killed upwards of 10 dragons in a day?
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened. Can I make a religion check to see if that's even remotely close in Book of Hachiman?
Maybe he made like a bunch of dragons really mad and they just came at him.
13.
Yeah, so you remember... So the Book of Hachiman doesn't have like the deeds of the saints in it. It is more like the art of war, like philosophy of combat mixed with the warrior's code. So it's not like a history book. It doesn't have tale. There are books of the tales of the saints, but that's not what you have. That's not what you study. Yeah. So with a 13, I'll say like there certainly have been saints who have fought dragons, and the guy who he claimed this was his glaive was someone called Saint Rorik. You know that guy did fight dragons. You're not sure if he killed 10 in a day, but it was a long time ago.
Tam says, now that I think about it, and again, I'm not just trying to rain on your parade, but just take that weapon for what it is, a very useful tool and a powerful weapon, but the pedigree of it is not really important. There was a Saint Rorik. He was known for fighting dragons, but I've not heard of him killing 2 handfuls of them in a day.
Okay.
You may add to the lore of this weapon one day yourself, regardless of where it came from or what it's done.
That's true. And now you got plenty of potions that you can fight underwater now if you wanted to.
Oh yes, I certainly can.
You won't even have to worry about breathing anymore.
Very true. Very true.
Have you ever done it before? It's weird at first.
Not breathe underwater? Nope, never done it.
Yep. It's weird.
You may have noticed I'm not the biggest fan of the water. I'm not scared of it, but I tend to be rather heavily armored and clanky, and it just doesn't go well to, as I've said before, I lived in the woods, wading in rivers, swimming in ponds and stuff, but not a ton of time in the ocean or big
Does
bodies of
Lichen know
water.
what a pond is?
Probably not.
Tim goes,
Probably
do you know
not.
what a pond is? Have you ever been in a pond?
I've heard of them. Like a really big puddle, right?
But yes, okay, yeah, yeah, exactly. I was going to go with a very, very small ocean, but yes. The biggest difference is the water doesn't move. Unless the wind blows it.
At all? Like there's no current in it?
Nope. A little bit.
Are you
Stuff
sure?
lives in it. Positive.
No
Sure.
current.
Not a bit of it. Nope.
Nothing. Is stuff living in it? There are fish people in it?
Not usually people, just fish.
They might be very small fish people.
That's true.
What's
Who are we to decide who's a person and who's not? But
What's the point of having water that can't move? Rivers, brooks, moving water makes sense, right? Ocean makes sense.
Lichen, do
Why?
you mind if I tell you something a bit strange?
Uh,
I was 200 years old before I saw the ocean.
you were 200 years old?
Yep.
Why?
I just never, we never went to the seaside. It wasn't a...
But in 200 years, you never wanted to see it? You know, like I've heard of this thing or I've seen a picture. I should go see it. For 200 years, you're just like, nah, I'm good. I'll stay in still water that whole time. That's what you're telling me.
Basically, yeah. Never felt the pull of it.
Well, how do you feel about it now?
It's fine. It's got pros and cons. I think part of what I'm realizing more and more, the more time we spend together, the more time I spend out being my own boss, as it were. I should have stepped out a bit more, should have made those decisions, should have stopped and smelled the roses, or smelled a different flower. If everybody said to stop and smell the roses, go find something different. Go swim in the ocean, perhaps. But
I like it. As long as you're my first mate, if you get an inkling like that, you let me know and we'll do it.
I think.
In
Tim-
fact, first mate, let me ask you, what are you feeling? A giant, safe ship, or I think he called it an archaeological dig or something? So which one? What you feeling?
Tim says, this is a perfect example, and I may not be the best decider here because my head says archaeology, knowledge is power. Kind of pats his book again. Hachiman favors the prepared, but my gut
That's what I want.
says more stuff.
There it is. More stuff it is.
And at the same time, and this is where I can kind of rationalize. I'm very good at that. Even the stuff serves a purpose. You know, it's the difference in blinding an enemy versus hamstringing them. You know, if we go to this archaeological dig, we attack them on this front, but if we go after this vault ship and we prevent their ability to make war on another front, then we've also done good. And there's not one thing to say that we can't do both.
Exactly.
They're not necessarily mutually exclusive that I'm aware of. And so I think I'm enjoying this bit of freedom. And also, if the stuff is good enough, it makes other things easier.
That's true. Our this weapon I got definitely hits a lot harder than my other one used to.
That being said, I'm all in favor of going and hurting the Admiralty any way we can. I know we joke about you being the captain and me being the first mate, and I'm well aware that I'm not any use when it actually comes to sailing. You know, I can mend things, I can help people, I can give them the benefit of my training from Hachiman, but when it comes to decisions, I want to hear your thoughts as well, and it's a new thing for me to be equally valued when it comes to making decisions, and I'm not bemoaning that. It's just there's always up until very recently I've always had superiors, and I could choose whether or not I followed their commands, but they didn't often ask my opinion. You know, why would they? But there's fewer of us, and we've got more nebulous goals and more nebulous and entertaining ways of going about those goals.
No, I understand. I'm no stranger to opinions being ignored or advice not asked for because you're not top tier, if you will. I get that. But we're free on this sea right now, and I plan to try to stay that way for as long as I can. But let's go take a rest, honestly. This talking's been nice, but I do not feel great.
Yes, we've got a whole day's worth of work to do now.
They didn't hit that hard, they just hit me a lot.
There was a lot of them.
Like a lot.
And again, I'm not trying to be patronizing, but there are times when discretion is the better part of valor, and I think you did do what you were wise when you came back up and didn't try to take them all on yourself.
Thank you. You weren't saying anything. Penelope, correct me if I'm wrong. Normally would I have come up? No, I'm learning, right?
He's right. He'd have stayed down there, fought it out on his own.
Okay.
Been a whole problem.
The problem is, though, me personally, is still viewing this as 2 steps, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Maybe we didn't need the fight.
It's 1 for 1, and I don't even see the one back yet. You haven't explained it to me yet.
You almost died.
I did.
Penelope almost died.
Yeah, but
well,
we did.
You know,
that's
I was okay. It was 50-50.
She's
Penelope's
tough.
coughing up blood in the bottom of the boat.
It's fine.
That's like saying, "Oh, Captain, you almost shipwrecked, but we didn't. So what's it matter?" You know?
We weren't even close to shipwrecking this time.
Exactly. Would have been my 7th time, but that's neither here nor there.
Would have been my 4th, I think.
You do know that number keeps going up inordinately quickly.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've been with you since number 4, and we've not been shipwrecked since.
You were sleeping. Don't worry about it.
Just very tiny shipwrecks.
Tiny shipwrecks.
Like fender benders.
You know, it depends on how you define a shipwreck. You know, some people think that a boat bumps another boat. Oh, that's a shipwreck.
Got to get insurance involved for no reason.
That happened to a cousin of mine. He lost his house over that.
Hate to see it. All right, let's get on deck. Let's get some rest. And anything we got left to do here before we head out? We good, right?
I think so. I mean, we've been given a flag and this letter of free passage, kind of a get out of jail free card, as it were. And you know, we can wave goodbye and they'll wave goodbye back, I suppose.
Yeah, let's get to getting then.
Aye, Captain.
Cool.
And Tam goes up in the rigging.
Sweet. You guys get back on ship. Vincent is sort of sunbathing out there. He's like, wow, what happened to you, mon Capitan?
Shut up, Vincent.
You look like you became a giant shark's plaything.
I killed said shark, thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Otherwise you would not be here. Very good. Good work.
What have you been up to? Getting a tan?
Yeah, it's been very nice and relaxing.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Tam leans over and very awkwardly shouts, "Do tieflings get tans?"
He looks at his arm. He's like, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Remains to be seen. I've been trying for a while, but, you know, it is what it is.
You're already very red, right?
Have we
Isn't he
canonically
red?
said
I
what?
don't remember.
I'm trying to remember right
He's
now.
a different color than Lichen.
He is.
He's definitely a different color than Lichen. I think he's either red or blue, but I can't.
Yeah, he may have been blue.
But yeah, he says, Captain, would you like to join me? There's plenty of room on the deck.
No, that's okay. We're about to ship out, and then I'm gonna go pass out.
Oh, okay, very well. Sounds good. Bergen is grilling something. He set up a little grill stand on the boat, and he's got some meat that he's grilling up for everyone on the ship.
I'll also tell Vincent. Vincent, I mean, you're the main one that knows where this vault ship's at. So Penelope will be handling the wheel when I'm not at it. So go ahead and fill her in on the area we're trying to get to and anything you might know. And I'll go update a couple maps before I take a little siesta, if you would.
Vincent nods and he walks off with Penelope to the charts, and he kind of gives her a general region where this vault ship is reported to be. He knows the general location, but because these ships are always a little bit on the move, basically y'all will have to like search it out a little bit when you get into the vicinity. But there's this like sort of corridor between a couple different islands that this ship is supposed to like have its regular route. Cool, so you guys have got back to the ship, you've made preparations. Lady Cassian has come down to the docks to bid you all farewell. Is there anything else that you want to do at Fort Martalion before y'all cast off?
I think Tam's ready to rock and roll.
I think Lycan's just kind of looking everywhere for another glimpse of that woman he saw in the back of the room.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
10.
You don't see anything.
11, actually.
Ooh.
Actually,
That's
no.
10% better.
Although, as you guys prepare to get underway, you sense that the wind shifts a little bit, and you think this is a very favorable wind for the direction that you want to go.
I think as we're setting out, as Tam's preparing to get back into the rigging, he'll kind of step aside with Lichen, maybe as you're at the wheel or something, and just say, Captain, you know, we've had some conversations like this, and I just want to put a thought in your head. Part of the reason I was so angry and honestly scared is that I care about you. You're my friend. I don't want to see you hurt. But also, you are a captain. You've got other people depending on you. And I just want to encourage you and just to remind, you know, don't let it paralyze you, but you've got other people depending on you now. And it carries a weight. It can be a burden. Trust me, I understand that, but it's twofold, you know. You've got people that care about you, and you've got people that depend on you. So just be aware, you know. That's part of why I gave you those dice. You know, sometimes you need a bit more luck. And he'll just kind of thump you on the shoulder a little bit and nod and carry off into the rigging.
I'll raise my voice a little bit as you're walking away and just say, not looking at you, looking straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I trust you to heal me, Tam.
Tam just stops. He doesn't turn around, but he just kind of waves his hand like, you know, I got you, gotcha.
Straightforward.
Tam knows that was not going to be Lycan's favorite thing to hear.
Bergen starts making his ways around and is like, would anyone like some kebabs?
Tam snags one on the way up into the crow's nest. Thanks, mate.
He has these kebabs that he has made for everyone, and as you guys munch on your snacks, you sail out of the harbor off towards adventure on the high seas. Sel has departed. She's no longer with you guys. She's going to be taking a ship from Fort Martelian back to the Kingdom of the Wood.
Oh, I would like to have given her a letter.
Okay, yeah.
One that I got her to help me write, just kind of as a report. For her to present to whomever it needs presenting to, and then another that is sealed for Filaria, if she ever needs, you know, just it's not urgent that she give it to her, but if she runs into her, just pass it on.
Filaria being the healer who...
My mentor.
Okay, I see. You wrote those letters out and handed them off to her. Her and Lady Cassian are standing on the docks, sort of waving. You all farewell. On board with you guys right now are the two of you, Bergen, Vincent, the dwarf Kevel, Penelope, as well as I think 5 other crewmen who had come with Lichen and Penelope from your previous ship.
And the elf historian.
And Krobert, of course, and the elf historian is with you guys as too, Orden Aranath. He's interviewing Penelope as she's at the helm, quite animatedly. He's like, yes, and then what happened? Yes, of course. And how did you feel when that happened? And he's like writing things down. And she's like being very, you know, talkative and is engaging with him a lot. So, yeah, it's probably about the afternoon, mid-afternoon, as you guys head on. Yeah, it will be probably like a week's journey or ish to the general region. So we can roll some encounter checks and then just sort of role play any sort of conversations or anything else that y'all want to do while you're en route.
But before we get to that, Lichen, knowing that, like Tam said, attunement, in my mind, Lichen doesn't know what that means. So I think I think like the first night out at sea, he goes to sleep with the sword, the glaive, and the dice. Just like, I don't know how this works, but I think I'm supposed to sit with this stuff for a long time and just sees what happens. Kind of like the same thing like when he slept in the ocean. He's just like, I don't know what's happening, but this is the best idea I have.
Tam sees this and just lets it happen. He does not help.
Yeah. So you're going to sleep with this glaive and with these dice. As you go to sleep, you have a dream. And this is not a dream like a vision that you haven't seen before. This is like a memory. You are back on the Wandering City, and you were a kid. And you wake up and you're in your room. What is in Lichen's room?
Hardly anything. A cot on the floor. Random assortment of... How young would you say right now?
10 or 11.
Random weapons kind of in a corner. Actual blades, weapons. Kind of a chest. The chest is probably the nicest thing in the room. And that's where all of his clothes are. Probably 2 very nice sets of clothing for the station that he has within the family. But the rest is just general training clothes, something to work out in, something to train in, something.
Yeah.
No posters, no mirrors, nothing crazy. I think there is a deck of cards, or no, a set of dice hidden within that chest of clothing that was gifted to him by his siblings, and that's it.
Okay, cool. You sort of walk through the house. There are servants there. Most of them don't pay you any attention. You know, there's in the courtyard of y'all's sort of estate, your brother is sparring with some of the other people who work for the family that your family is sworn to serve. Your sister, you know, is at work with your father in the office, going over records and going over the ledgers. And you see your mom giving a scolding to one of the servants who has broken a teacup or something like that. None of them really call for you. None of them seem to notice you. On this day where you kind of have an opening to sort of dart out into the city and maybe get into some trouble, what do you do?
I think I would attempt to make my way to the sea, but I would purposely try to go by my father's office, see if I could hear anything him and my sister are talking about, and then also go by my brother and see his form.
Yeah, so as you go by, your father is talking to your sister, talking to her with a warmth in his voice that you rarely hear coming from him.
Yep.
You can't really overhear what they're saying. You go by your brother sparring, and like always, his form is immaculate. His form is impressive. He has worked very hard to become an expert at fighting and dueling and everything else like that. And you were able to slip out of the house. And as you're going, you remember that this was not a good day. You remember making these decisions. You remember doing this. And you get halfway between your house and the sea, and you find yourself taking a shortcut down an alleyway, and there are 5 tieflings, and one of them is a crew member on your boat now. And they're standing. They have crudely drawn on little, their parents, their uncles, their older brothers all have actual regalia for the symbols and the emblems of their household. They don't have them. They have them sort of crudely drawn on shirts, or one of them has a stolen belt buckle with the Duplass family crest. But Vincent stops and says, "Where do you think you're going?"
I'm going to the sea. What of it?
You'll have to pay the toll to get through our territory. Surf.
This isn't your territory, Vincent. You know that.
He just steps closer to you and says, tried to prove it then, and he takes a swing at you.
Yeah.
And you know how this is going to go. They beat you up. That's how it happened. But you feel all of a sudden in your pocket the dice. And you remember, I didn't have those with me.
Yeah. I think it takes me a second to realize it. I think in classic battle-focused Lichen, I'm just focused on hitting Vincent. The other 4 guys are taking shots. I don't even care. I'm just going at Vincent.
Yep.
And then when I crumble to the ground, I notice them. And I'll go to reach for them because, yeah, I don't remember that. Because I think in my childhood memory, I would think that they were the dice my siblings gave me. But I never would have taken them out of that room because I don't want anyone to know I have them.
Yeah. They feel colder than you remember, as if they're made of some sort of arcane metal, and they pulse with an energy that you have never felt before.
I grab hold and I pull them out.
You do that, and they spill, and they roll. And then all of a sudden, like you're rewinding, everything just sort of resets. All the fighting, all the going back to seeing your brother, going back to walking by your father's door, all the way back to your room and like you taking stock, and you wake up and you are back on the boat. And you know that you have dice. You know that you have these dice and you're attuned to them now. It's the middle of the night.
I play with them in my hand for a good while, and I go.
Yeah, they feel like they felt in the dream.
I go over what happened in the quiet of the night in the bed. I'm just kind of like, you guys would have came in handy back in the day. Hopefully I can put you to good use now.
As you drift off to sleep, you are attuned to these dice. Penelope at the helm sails you off into the blackness of the night. And I actually think that is a really good place
Oh
to
my
stop our
gosh!
session.
This is what happens when you just
Cool.
attune something? Holy moly! I'm not attuning
Really?
nothing.
Not always, but
Pretty cool.
I'm attuning nothing. This is... Oh my gosh! Whoa!
That was really cool today.
Man!
These are cool dice.
Oh my gosh!
Gotta play that low intelligence. I'm gonna sleep with all my magical things and see what
I
happens.
rubbed them on my face.
That was super fun, you guys. I'm so glad to play again.
Well, I'm somewhat shocked, but that is all for this episode of Across the Glass Sea. Hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I did, because I just got to sit there and listen. So, congratulations, everybody. I feel that's appropriate. If you don't mind, give us a like, comment, or subscribe on whatever you're using to adventure along with us. We appreciate your continued support and listening, and we mentioned it last time in the Across the Table after the fact, but we have an Instagram now. I think it currently has one picture on it. We're still figuring out how to do social media for something that's not just us.
We're all old.
It's low key on me. I've been moving. We just got into the new place. I'll catch. Give me like 2 weeks.
No shade, no shade. That was just, hey, it's a thing. We don't know what level of involvement we're doing. All that to say, it's Across the Glass Sea, all one word. So that is 3 S's in the middle, which always makes me uncomfortable for some reason. But
It's because of the snakes.
Yeah.
because of snakes, yes. So let's all roll for advice. All right.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I got a 12.
13.
I got a 3. This is ridiculous. This is...
You've not
Ben,
had a
the
good
dice just
session.
know how wise
I
you
feel
are.
like this is one of those things that people are going to think is scripted, and it's not. I just rolled a 3. I did.
You had one of the coolest like kill shots in this one. Like the scream beam into the water is gonna live in my head for a bit right now.
So as far as wisdom to carry on with, whenever you pick a fight with people underwater, make sure your friends are aware that they're going to need to be able to breathe underwater to help you out.
That's been awesome. Thanks for
Thanks,
listening.
everybody. Catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.